Salutations, everyone, and welcome to my top 10, fuck it, 11 movies of 2012. It was just a fantastic year for films, and I couldn't narrow it down to 10, so I'm gonna give you a bonus one, make it 11. Great year for films. A disclaimer, I don't feel like I have to say this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I did not see every single movie ever released for the entire year. I saw around 30 films this year, narrowed it down to my top 10, decided it had to be 11. There were still some films that a lot of people enjoyed and had in their top lists that I didn't get to see because they were small market movies who didn't make it to mass theaters, or I just didn't get around to see it, or it didn't come out in DVD in time. So there's a few films that I did not get to see that I wanted to, such as like Seven Psychopaths, Anna Karenina, and Silver Linings Playbook. So those will be absent from my list. So if they would have made it, they are not going to. So let's get on started to number 11, Django Unchained. This movie hits it on all three important fronts: great writing, great directing, and great acting. Some people are saying this is Tarantino's best film yet, even better than Glorious Bastards. And honestly, I would have to agree. I've seen both films, and I know they're both highly acclaimed, but Django takes a cake. It's got great acting performances. Christoph Waltz, again, deserves all the attention that he gets. Jamie Foxx, Samuel L. Jackson, Leonardo DiCaprio also do fantastic jobs. The writing and directing is just superb in this film. And the fact that Spike Lee said that this movie sucks without even seeing it, you know it has to be good just by that fact alone. So let's move it on. Number 10, Lincoln. This is definitely going to be the award winner of the season, without a doubt. It's the kind of movie that these award people like, and it's got the people that they like. It's got Daniel Day-Lewis, who's probably going to win the Oscar for Best Actor, and deservedly so. The man did a fantastic job as Lincoln. Tommy Lee Jones, I also think, definitely deserves at least a nomination, if not an Oscar altogether, for his performance as well. This movie is just acting, acting, acting. The writing is good, the direction is good, but it's the acting that stands out in this film and makes it the number 10 on my spot. Number 9, Les Miserables. This, outside of like, Disney cartoons that barely qualify as musicals, this is the best musical ever. Not that I've seen any besides it, but I don't need to, because Les Miserables was a fantastic film. The cinematography is just top notch. The fact that they were able to take a Broadway play, make it into a movie that's still like 95, 96% singing is just fantastic. They were able to get amazing actors that can also sing, and the fact that they did all the singing on set and made everything absolutely as authentic as possible just really shines through in this incredible film. And Hugh Jackman and Anne Hathaway, fantastic actors who can also belt it out like nobody's business, deserve some nominations and some credit for their work as well. Moving on to number 8, Dread. The runaway underdog, least appreciated film of the year. Dread is a fantastic movie based off the Judge Dredd comic book, and I know a lot of people saw the trailer or saw that this movie was in. They were like, oh, it's just, they threw it in with Ghost Rider or Fantastic Four as another crappy comic book movie, piece of crap. Not so. Judge Dredd, well, I should say Dredd, because Judge Dredd was that crappy Stallone one. Dredd is a fantastic film, stays true to the subject material. Carl Urban makes a fantastic judge. Olivia Thirlby also might be an up-and-coming star as well. It's a great tone. The writing is fantastic. It's got badassness of Judge Dredd with some, amazing comedy relief in between. The best action that you'll see this year. Judge Dredd, highly underappreciated. Got some pretty good reviews. Did not do very well in the box office, but this movie deserves the credit that it earned, because Dredd is a fantastic film, and that's why it earned my number 8 spot on the year. Moving on to number 7, the best comic book movie of the year. No, not the Avengers, The Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man blows Sam Raimi's trilogy out of the water. It defeats it on all fronts. Better acting, better action, better direction, and better writing. Mark Webb has only made 2 films in his career, but they have both been amazing. His first one, 500 Days of Summer, probably the 2010 #1 film of the year in my book. The Amazing Spider-Man, great acting by Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Martin Sheen, Sally Fields. Everyone in this movie are fantastic actors in their own right. And putting them in the context of a superhero movie with a darker tone than its predecessors puts it head and shoulders above the rest as the best comic book movie ever not to be filmed by Christopher Nolan. It is head and shoulders above the rest. When you compare it to any of the other Spider-Man films, it has better actors, better love interest, better villain, better writing, better directing, better action, just better everything. The Amazing Spider-Man can only be categorized as one thing, and that's amazing. Moving on to the #6 film of the year, Argo. Ben Affleck's thriller of the Iranian hostage crisis is just absolutely superb. The writing and direction in this film is top notch and needs the credit that it has earned. When you have a movie that has Ben Affleck, Alan Arkin, Bryan Cranston, and John Goodman, the only product that could ever come out of that would be a fantastic movie, and that's what Argo gave us. Some people think, oh, it's slow, oh, I wanted more action, oh, it's boring. These people don't know films, and they don't deserve to watch good movies because Argo was a great film, great direction, and deserves every piece of praise that it gets. Moving on. Oh gosh, the top five was really hard, especially 3, 4, and 5. They could go in any order, but every one of the movies in my top five deserves amazing amounts of credit, and in any other year could be the film of the year. So moving on, #5, Cloud Atlas did not make a huge gain at the box office, did not even get a fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. But this is the kind of movie that only people who really enjoy and understand films are going to understand and appreciate. The Wachowski siblings still got it. This is an amazing film about life, death, time, everything in this film is superb. Just a huge project to take on, and they nailed it. Great performances. If you have Tom Hanks in your movie, you know it's going to be good. Halle Berry does a superb job as well as every single actor in this film. It is just an amazing, epic movie that you absolutely need to see if you enjoy movies whatsoever. Moving on to #4, Moonrise Kingdom, Wes Anderson's masterpiece. This is such a good film. I can't even believe how good it is. And it's #4 on my list. So that just shows you how great of a year this was for film. Moonrise Kingdom, a lot of people have this as the #1 movie of the year, and I understand why. Moonrise Kingdom was absolutely amazing. Did not make it to wide audiences everywhere, but I did get to see it on DVD by year's end because it came out in like earlier in the year. But it has some top-notch performances by some top-notch actors like Bill Murray, Edward Norton, Bruce Willis, and they aren't even the highlight of the film. The highlight of the film is the main plot of these two kids that run off together that might be huge stars later down the road. They definitely have the potential. Very good acting by their part, but the writing and directing is absolutely phenomenal. It's a great film. It's funny. It's witty. It's dramatic. It's just a great film for people of all ages. It is truly an amazing film. Moving on, #3 film of the year, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. This is a story that has been told many different times, but this is by far the best portrayal of the story of a kid, going through the motions as a young man in high school with no friends, finding a group that accepts him, and just going on a journey of self-identity that is absolutely great. The acting in this film was top notch by these young, amazing actors. We all know Emma Watson can act, so that's no surprise. But I think this movie shines so much for me because it's based off of a highly acclaimed novel, and the author of that novel wrote, produced, and directed this movie. That's the first time I've ever heard of that happening. A book being translated to the big screen by the actual writer of the book. So there's no magic lost in the translation from page to screen. And this movie just shines for me. It's a great coming of age story, one of the best ever told, and it's just a fantastic film with great writing, directing, and acting as well. My number 3 movie of the year. Moving on, number 2, The Dark Knight Rises, the sequel of the greatest movie ever made, as many of you know. I don't know what I can say about The Dark Knight Rises that hasn't already been said. It made it big on the box office. It got good reviews. It was fantastic. It was epic. The scale. It had nothing but amazing actors. I mean, every single actor in this film is just like fucking AAA all stars. It was. I don't know. It's a great film. I know people are going to say, well, was it good as The Dark Knight? Well, you can't be better than the most perfect thing ever. So, what do you expect? Still a great film, good actor, good actors, good plot, good villain, amazing direction. Christopher Nolan does nothing but amazing work behind the camera. So, number 2 film of the year. Not what more else I can say about that. My number 1 film of 2012 is End of Watch, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. Just a superb movie about two cops in South Central LA. You have to see this film. Whatever I can say won't do it justice. Um, every actor in this film becomes their character. It is absolutely amazing. The writing is fantastic. The direction is amazing. It's from a handheld cam, which I know some people think it's a tired practice and is annoying. It definitely works with this film in a documentary type style, where these cops get in way over their heads, dealing with a drug cartel. Yeah, but it's just amazing. The story is gripping. The acting is awesome, and the direction is top notch. End of Watch, my 2012 film of the year. As I said before, you can look in description of every movie that I saw this year in order from best to worst. In fact, I'll probably put it on the screen right now. Actually, it's probably already on the screen as I'm saying this. So, is my top 10 list the best list? Yes, it is. I have a very eclectic taste. I don't really follow any sort of herd or movement or people when it comes to their opinions on films. I know some people are going to say, "Oh, could you really see that movie 100 times when you could see the Avengers 100 times and it's still great?" What makes a great movie is not its replayability. I mean, if it was, then Rush Hour would be the greatest movie of all time, which it isn't. It's just about what is the best film. Really have to sit back and look and be like, yeah, you might have enjoyed that more, or that one might have been funnier, that one might have had, the best action, but what is the best film? What is better than another? What makes a great film? All 10 of these films are great. I just put them in order for you. So I always appreciate your comments, your disagreements, or your agreements, or, what I forgot, or what your opinions are. If you want to do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you want to do me a favor, hit that like and share, Twitter it, whatever's you got to do. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Later days.